Through you, Mr. Chair, it is 4 p.m. and you may begin your meeting.
Sorry about that. I'm calling the meeting to order. The introduction of the hearing panel and staff. I'm going to go through everyone. I'm the chair today. My name is John Kappa. To my left is Don Roadband. And what's that? Okay, I got to get that right. Rodbard. Sorry about that. Oh, and to my left is Colin McCann. And Sarah is just to my right here. And I believe we have Andrew Evans from the town, correct? And Derek Young. No, is Derek here?
We have Jim with us from Public Works tonight.
Okay, all right. This is a hybrid hearing of the Committee of Adjustment for the town of Pelham. Everyone present and viewing at home via live stream will be given an opportunity to comment on the applications being heard. Agencies commenting on applications may request that certain conditions be imposed should an application be approved. Voicing objections to these conditions will not adversely affect the committee's decision. The purpose of the application and relative correspondence will be heard, following which the applicant will be given the opportunity to address the application. During the public portion of each application, we will hear from anyone wishing to submit verbal comments or submit a written comment via email to clerks@pelham.ca. That's CLERKS @PELHAM.ca. Comments received following the public portion will not be considered. At the conclusion of the discussion, the committee will render a decision and advise of any applicable conditions. Specific wording for conditions may be determined by committee following the hearing. Copies of decisions will be mailed to the applicant, agent, and members of the public that have submitted comments. Notices of the decisions can be obtained by request to the Secretary's Treasurer. Committee members are asked to raise hand if you would like to speak and vote. Applicants, agents, and attendees are advised that they are free to leave the webinar hearing once a decision has been made on the application. Committee members, I am looking for a motion to approve the agenda.
I so move.
I'll second that.
Thank you. Does any member of this panel have any pecuniary interest in accordance with the Municipal Conflict of Interest Act in any of the applications to be considered at this hearing?
I have no conflicts.
And I also have none. Are there any requests for withdrawal or adjournment?
No, there's not been.
Okay.
Through you, Mr. Chair, we do have 3 applications on the agenda this evening. As all 3 are very similar in nature, and to avoid repetition, we have prepared these to be heard concurrently. If you don't mind, I will share my screen with a presentation.
Should I go through the rest of them?
No, it's okay. I'll take care of it. Committee of Adjustment hearing July 4th, 4 p.m. The Town of Pelham is holding hybrid Committee of Adjustment hearings. This means that the hearing will involve a mixture of in-person and remote attendance and participation. The following presentation is based upon the Town of Pelham Planning Department report and analysis. Please note that no decisions had been made prior to this hearing. All comments received from commenting agencies and the public have been forwarded in full to the Committee of Adjustment members for their consideration and will appear summarized on the slides to follow. Decorum. The Committee of Adjustment is a formal public hearing requiring decorum. This means that all comments are to be made through the chair. If you've pre-registered to speak virtually or are participating in person, you'll be given the opportunity to address the committee at the public portion. If you're live streaming and wish to submit a comment live, please email clerks@pelham.ca. All comments must be received during the public portion of the meeting, otherwise they will not be considered. Please note that if decorum is lost, the meeting may be recessed and persons asked to leave. Please note that files A11, A12, and A13 2023P will be considered concurrently. The subject lands are located on the south side of Port Robinson Road, lying east of Pelham Street, being lots 7, 9, and 11 on 59M 505 in Saffron Meadows Phase 3 subdivision. The applications seek relief from section R295, maximum front yard, to permit a maximum front yard setback of 6.5 meters and 6 meters to the dwelling front face, and whereas the bylaw requires a maximum front yard setback of 5.5 meters. To date, the following comments have been received. From the Building Department, no comment. Public Works, please be advised that no side yard walkways that impede side yard swales shall be permitted. See conditions. No public comments were received at time of writing this report. Minor variance test 1 is the minor variance minor in nature. Yes, there will be minimum impacts on the streetscape, and there remains sufficient lot area to site a proposed dwelling on each lot. The variances are necessary due to the nature of the lot's irregular curved lot frontage. The standard zoning provisions of the subdivision's site-specific zoning do not recognize circumstances where the lot frontage is irregular. Test 2 is the variance desirable for the development or use of the land. Yes, the variances will facilitate the siting of the proposed dwellings on a lot with irregular frontage. Test 3, does the variance maintain general intent and purpose of zoning bylaw? Yes, the intent of the maximum front yard setback is to enhance the streetscape through encouraging shallower front yard setbacks. As the frontage of the sites are irregular, the maximum front yard setback poses challenges for the siting of the proposed dwellings and driveways. A larger setback is required for the appropriate function of the driveway and to ensure the garage is set back further than the dwelling face. The increased front yard setback will maintain adequate side yard setbacks. Test 4, does the variance maintain the general intent and purpose of the official plan? Yes, the land is designated Eastmont Hills Secondary Plan Area, low density residential. The intent of the designation to promote the development of complete communities through providing a range of mixed housing options, providing for access to neighborhood retail services, and pedestrian-oriented street design. The proposed minor variances do not compromise these objectives. Planning staff are of the opinion that proposals make efficient use of the land, will not result in the overbuilding of the property, will not alter the views, sightlines, or personal enjoyment of the subject property or any neighboring properties, and should not negatively impact the surrounding neighborhood with regard to land use and compatibility, traffic, privacy, and stormwater runoff. Planning staff recommend that application numbers A11, A12, and A13 2023 be approved subject to the following conditions. That the applicant apply for and receive a building permit for the proposed dwellings. That the applicant submit a comprehensive lot grading and drainage plan demonstrating that the drainage neither relies nor negatively impacts neighboring properties to the satisfaction of the Director of Public Works. If you wish to receive a copy of the Notice of Decisions, please contact the Secretary-Treasurer in writing as soon as possible. Sarah Leach, Secretary-Treasurer to the Committee of Adjustment, 20 Pelham Town Square, P.O. Box 400, Fawn Hill, Ontario, sleach@pelham.ca.
Excuse me, Sarah, just a quick comment here, just double checking, but on slide 8, we had addresses, I think were 11, 15, and 17, and yet I think we have one here for 19, so just wanted to make sure.
Yeah, so it gets a bit confusing with the file numbers and the lot numbers and the addresses. So A11 is 19 Arsenault, A12 is 15 Arsenault, and A13 is 11 Arsenault.
Okay. Sorry. Yeah, but there was a 17, an actual address that said 17 on slide.
That's on the next committee meeting.
Oh, it's just
Yes.
on the slide. Great, thank you, thank you.
Through you, Mr. Chair, we do have the agent with us, Mr. Ethan Lamont. And Ethan, if you have any comments.
Good evening, Chair and committee members. My name is Ethan Lamont, Junior Planner with Upper Canada Consultants. I think it's pretty straightforward what we're asking for this evening. I did want to extend a thank you to Sarah and everybody at the town. It was a bit of a rush to get these applications in, and we managed to get them on the agenda this evening. So we really appreciate that, and I'm available for any comments or questions.
Any questions online?
Through you, Mr. Chair, we do not have any pre-registered speakers, nor have we received any emails. If you wish, you may now close the public portion of the meeting and move to committee input.
So as a motion, I'd like someone to be the mover and seconder.
Move, we close the meeting.
Okay,
And I'll second.
okay. Team, do we have any other questions or comments that we might want to ask?
And none for me.
Okay. I don't see any really questions or anything that on my end either. It's very straightforward. Literally, I think a meter for two and a foot and a half for the other one. So I think we're okay there. Okay, I think we're good. So who would like to move to vote on the motion?
I'll make that motion.
Okay.
I move with, do you want to read the motion? Yeah. I'll move with regard to file A11, 12, and 13/2023P, addresses 11, 15, and 19 Arsenal Crescent in Pelham. I move that the application for minor variance of maximum front yard of 6.5 meters for applications A11 and A13 and maximum front yard of 6 meters for application A12 be granted. The reasons for making this motion are the variances are minor in nature as they have minimal impact on the streetscape and sufficient lot area will remain. The intent of the bylaw is maintain zoning bylaw. The intent of the official plan is maintained, and the proposals are desirable for the land as it will facilitate the siting of the proposed dwelling on a lot with irregular frontage. This motion is granted without prejudice to any other application before the town of Pelham, and we as the committee have considered the written and oral comments and agree that the minor variance report analysis and recommendation that this application meets the Planning Act test for a minor variance. The application is aware no side yard walkways that impede side yard swales shall be permitted. And the conditions to this motion are obtaining relevant building permits and submitting a comprehensive lot grading and drainage plan.
I'll second that.
I think we're ready to vote at this point.
Yep.
All in favor?
Yep.
I'm in.
Aye.
Yeah. Of note, all three of us have voted for it and granted it. Yeah.
Through you, Mr. Chair, we do have one set of minutes on the agenda for approval, which is April 3rd. I would just be looking for a motion to approve.
Okay.
I move we approve.
Yeah.
Second.
Okay.
Thank you, and that brings us to adjournment. I'd be looking for a motion to adjourn.
Second that. Aye.
Excellent. Through you, Mr. Chair, it is 4:11 p.m., and this meeting is adjourned.
Okay, thank you, everybody.
You're very welcome.